Yo, top of the morning to you, wealth champions. You guys know what time it is. Today is Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019. It is time for the Daily Hustle. I'm your host, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor of Wealth Creation Playbook.com. Today, I want to help you get through hardship, overcome difficulty, and heal from past pains. See, today is October 22nd, which means it marks the 23rd year that I have been on this earth without my baby brother. My brother was killed to gun violence in 1996, and I thought I'd share with you some of the things that I've used in my past to help me heal from internal and even external hurts. And hopefully, this is a blessing to you. And shout out to my sisters and brothers, my mother. This is always a difficult time for us this time of year. But number one, there's five things or five steps that I use to help me deal with personal trauma. And if you see me looking up, it's because I got my notes up here on my board. But number one, you must first acknowledge the pain. Sometimes we tend to not want to do that, and we know that we are hurting, and a lot of times we know the source of that pain, but we won't even acknowledge it. Guys, you got to acknowledge the source of that pain. Number two, you have to talk it out. I experienced some personal trauma in my life, and I was at a conference and an event, and one I had never told anybody about this trauma, but we was at an event, and the event coordinators and the guys from stage brought us all together and said, "Hey, I need you guys to go find a stranger, go across the room, find somebody you do not know, and you guys are going to hug, and I want you to whisper in his ear something that has troubled you, and they're going to whisper something in your ear, something that's troubled you, something you never told anybody." And that was a profound exercise for me, because for the first time in my life, I had ever said that particular trauma or that pain out loud, and it began the healing process for me. So talk it out, and from that point on, I have never had a problem talking to strangers about that, but I always had a problem talking to loved ones. But you got to figure out how you're going to talk it out. Number three, you got to forgive. If there's a perpetrator involved, you got to forgive that perpetrator. If there is you also got to forgive yourself. Sometimes your loved ones who are surrounding you, you might have to forgive them. You might be holding them at fault. Forgiveness, remember, is always for you and nobody else. I'm going to say that one more time so I make sure you get it. Forgiveness is always for the person doing the forgiving and not no one else. That's why you want to make sure that it is sincere. Number four, you have to deal with or confront that pain and that situation head on. For years, I ran from my trauma, and that's if you run from something that is deep down on the inside of you. In my case, the hurt of trauma, you never get away from it. It's always going to be tracking you down, and there's nothing like knowing you're being stalked and having to continuously look over your shoulder. No matter how far you think you get away from that thing, right? You know it's always stalking you. And then last but not least, this one is huge, and this is even why I'm doing this video, because it's part of my therapeutic process. Help someone else get through their trauma, get through their situation, help someone else get on the healing path themselves. And by default, you're helping yourself at the same time. So if you're experiencing any sort of hurt, pain, trauma, anybody's wronged you in the past, just understand there's some things and some recourse that you can take to help transform and turn that around. And actually, when you do go through the healing process, it actually becomes fuel for you. It's one of the things that drives me to my success today. So do me a favor, if you have gotten any value whatsoever out of this video, then I want you to do me a favor. go ahead and hit the like button on this page, hit the subscribe button on this channel, and then share this video with someone who may be dealing with some sort of hurt, pain, loss, trauma in their lives. And maybe these 5 things could help them overcome as well. Of course, if you have not gone and got your copy of the Wealth Creation Playbook, it is 100% free. There's a free ebook and video course that will teach you how to overcome the 6 wealth killers with one simple solution. I'm getting great feedback on it, so I appreciate everybody who's already gone and gotten the book, but I think this will help you if you are trying to build generational wealth. So that's it for today's Daily Hustle. Until I talk to you tomorrow, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. More importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. And hustle up.